everyone, welcome to another video. So today's video is all about products that I wish I would have tried sooner. And I kind of got the idea from watching some other content creators here on YouTube. They had created these videos where there was products that they had maybe had it on their list of items to try and just hadn't gotten around to purchasing them or using them. And I thought, what a great idea, because there is, I'm always, as a beauty content creator, I am always trying new products. But I love when you guys reach out either in the comments. Sometimes I've had viewers DM me and just say, hey, you know what? Have you ever tried this product, or I use this product? And I always will make little notes about stuff like that if you've made a suggestion, and I'll try my best to pick it up. It will also depend whether I can get it here in Canada, because some products we just can't get here. So I do try and pick some products up. I do have a couple of viewers that they do give me some great suggestions, and they know who they are. I do run out sometimes and grab those products, and you know what? Most times they are absolutely correct when I try the product. I am constantly trying products behind the scene that I may not always have on my channel, and that way I'm not always doing like a first impression video. I like using products and seeing how they're going to work on my skin, especially mature skin. Products work differently on our skin. So we're just going to jump in and get to it. I have a mix of some higher end products and also some drugstore. So one of the first products we're going to talk about is an eyeshadow palette. I had a version, I'm going to say a version of this palette, because this company does come out with quite a few different color stories, and I did have one of them, one of their palettes in the past. So what I'm talking about is the Urban Decay line of the Naked palettes. So I picked up the Naked Palette 3. One of the viewers had made a suggestion of, have you tried, I can't remember, I was reviewing an eyeshadow palette and they had mentioned, have you tried any of the Naked palettes? So when I was kind of researching which one to buy, because they're not, I'm going to say they're not the cheapest palette to pick up. So I wanted to be very strategic and methodical in my process and make sure it'll be the right palette for me. And wow, I found the perfect palette. So the Naked 3 palette is it's a beautiful color story of some pinks, some mauves. It has a lot of mattes and also just a few little shimmers. But if you've ever tried an Urban Decay palette, they are superior quality. They blend so well. I never have any sort of issues with it being patchy as I'm blending it in. They don't crease, and they are extremely pigmented. So you only need a little bit on your brush, and just the wash of color it gives you is amazing. And one of the things I forgot to say was everything that I'm showing you today, I will show a little bit of a clip of me applying it this morning. And then as you can see, I did kind of like a pink theme today. I've got my pink shirt on, I've got pink nail polish. The palette is more, I'm gonna say, pink hues. Got some pink lipstick. What else did I have? Oh, I've got my Fitbit as my pink. So I've got a little bit of pinkness going on today. Oh, and in the B-rolls, you'll see that I had my little pink breaths on today. So for the first shade that I just put in as my transition shade, it's called Limit, and it was this really pretty dusty rose. Really, really gorgeous shade. So with that one, I just used my Rephr 15 brush. It's a nice fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I just applied the shade all over my lid, and that was my transition shade. And then the next shade I went in with is called Factory, and I used my Angie Hot and Flashy A502 brush, and that was more of my crease shade, and then I also put it right on the outer ends of my eye. I always like to have a little bit of darkness on the edge of my eye. And another reason that I chose this palette is I liked how it's a great transition type of palette, that you can use it as a daytime, but also use it as an evening palette, because you can also use some of these shades over here, which are more darker. And if you want to kind of smoke it out a little bit, these are perfect for that. This darker shade that I went in with here is called Dark Heart, and that is the one that I used as my eyeliner today. And for that, I used my BK Beauty, this is the 208 brush, and it's a angled definer brush, which is perfect for doing any sort of eyeliner work if you're using a shadow. And then the last shade I went in with here is called Dust. So it's that one there. And that's the one that I used just to put a little bit of shimmer on my inner corner. But it's very subtle. Like you can see right here, like I don't look like I have a lot of shimmer on my eye. So I liked how it's like a really like a subtle look. But with this palette, you definitely are getting, like, this is sturdy. This is like a metal, you can probably hear that, like a metal type of palette. And then it has a nice mirror in there. And it does also come with its own dual-ended brush. I usually don't use the brushes that are in the palettes because I have my own. But that's certainly, if you want to use it, it's a great idea. And I will say the shades definitely match a lot of skin tones. So that's the reason that I chose to go with this one. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful palette. Love it. So really happy that I decided to pick this up and try it out. And not sure why I didn't try it sooner. Now the next product we're going to go into is foundation. So I love trying new foundations. And the brand that I'm going to show you is one that I think it's a very underrated brand. And this particular foundation, I had seen another content creator. I'm going to say I was influenced to buy it, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. So what I'm talking about is the Shiseido Revitalessence Skin Glow Foundation. Amazing. This is a beautiful foundation, especially for mature skin. So what it is, like a serum type of foundation. I'm going to say the shade that I have probably is more complementary for when I am in like the fall, winter kind of months, because it is a little bit of a lighter shade for me right now because I do have a bit of a tan on. But this is the shade 160 Shell. So it does come as a pump. It's the shade right there. This is a glowy type of foundation. So if you have dry skin, I think you would really enjoy this. So what I like about it is it evens out my skin tone. It gives me almost like a little bit of a blurring effect. Like I can definitely, like I didn't apply any primer today because I always like to show you guys what it looks like true on my skin without any primer. And it's blurring, like right in here, it's actually blurring a little bit of my pores. One of the ingredients is niacinamide. And what I went in with today is the Sigma, this is the F87 Edge Kabuki brush. This is one of like my favorite brushes for applying serum type of foundations. And it has, well, you can kind of see here, it's like an angle, like a triangle. Super, super soft. So it does blend in the product really easily. And it gets into all these little corners, like right up by my eye. Not that I don't put foundation right under my eye. I don't like building up too much stuff under there. I just use that for concealer. But this kind of just gets right up like beside the nose area, and it just blends it out beautifully. But it's going to give you more of like this is definitely like a medium coverage, but you can build it up. And you can see that it is giving me like a really healthy looking glow. And I find even after I remove it at night, my skin still feels hydrated and really, really smooth. It is, like I said, it's suitable for all skin types, but I think people with dry skin, it would really be beneficial for you. And it does come in quite a shade range. I believe it's like 30 shades that it comes in. So quite inclusive. I love how it makes my skin just give me that luminosity, and I feel it gets very lightweight. Like I don't feel like I have anything on my face right now at all. So this has been a great find, and I think it came out like the middle of last year, like 2023 it came out. Again, it's not the most affordable foundation, so that's why I was always a little bit hesitant when I try stuff like this, because I do purchase products, everything pretty much myself. I do get like the odd PR thing here and there, but for the most part I am purchasing everything myself. So I try to be really strategic on the items that I do pick up, but really, really happy with this. This is an amazing, amazing foundation. Now, one product I'm gonna sneak in here because it's not something I will say I'm going to cheat a little bit here because it's a product I can legitimately say, why haven't I tried it sooner? And that was because they never had it before. So just bear that in mind. But I just received this yesterday and I applied it this morning on my eyebrows, and this is getting a huge, big thumbs up. So Merit recently came out with an like a brow pencil. So before they had this little brow like a, I'm going to say brow mascara type of wand product, which was great because it really makes your eyebrows fluffy. But they came out now with a pencil, and that's what I use today. And this is awesome. Two reasons for that. There's a certain spoolie that I look for when I'm applying brow products, and it has to be nice and soft. Well, this one delivers in that. This is one of the softest spoolies I have ever used on any sort of brow product. So that's the first big thumbs up. And the second is the end is very, very precise. Like, it really got into all of these little fine hairs in here. This is the shade, I believe it's in the shade dark brown. And there is a whole shade range. But look at how thin that is. So that really got in here, like all of these little fine hairs that I have. Oh, it was just great to work with. So happy that Merit came out with a pencil. And that's the reason why I haven't tried it before. But I just had to throw that in there, guys. It was like, I love Merit products. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Merit. That was always one of the things that I wish that they would come out with. And when I saw that they were coming out with it, amazing. Now, you guys know I'm a huge fan of tubing mascaras. One of my go-tos is the Merit tubing mascara. Love that one. That's always, like, I'm going to say my holy grails. I have it always on a favorites list. I just never deviate from that one if I want a tubing mascara. Well, somebody has suggested that I try out a drugstore version of a tubing mascara. And I thought, okay, well, let's give it a try. So they had suggested the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes. This is a great tubing, affordable mascara, and I'm so happy that I tried it. So tubing mascaras, if you're not familiar with that, they almost coat the lash. Basically what they say is they're coating the lash with a little tube. What makes it fantastic is that it's just so easy to remove at the end of the night. They basically come off, like you just use water and they literally come off as little tubes. And why I like that is because, especially on my mature eyes, I don't like to do a lot of like tugging at the end of the night. Like some mascaras, that's one of the reasons I don't use waterproof mascaras, is I find them just so hard to remove. Sometimes even regular mascaras, depending, which one it is, they can be difficult to remove. And even in the morning, sometimes I'll see that I have a little bit of raccoon eyes going on, but I never have that with tubing mascaras. Well, after I tried this is a great one. Like I think this was like $5 or $6. I'll say tubing mascaras they're not going to give me intense like volume. They're not going to give me intense lengthening, anything like that. I find like the ones that I've used, they don't do that, but they do make my lashes feel very soft. Like when you're applying the mascara, it just feels soft. I have very short, thin lashes. They've definitely changed over the years, like the last few years especially. And that's why a lot of times I'm usually wearing some sort of like today I have like a little half lash on. I just need something on my eyes because the lashes are just so short and stubby and thin. I know I should try a lash serum. I have tried some in the past, but even the ones that I've tried just didn't really do anything for me. So I use the standby of mascaras and lashes, but this one is I'm blown away. Actually, it's smudge proof. Like there's never any smudging. It doesn't flake, and it lasts through the day. So thank you to the person that suggested this for me, and yeah, great find, awesome. Now, this was a product that I had wanted to try for a long time. Not sure why I didn't pick it up. I had seen lots of people using the brand and this actually specific product. And then just one day I thought, you know what, let's give it a try. I know I had been looking for a certain shade and it was out of stock whenever I would try and pick it up. So that kind of indicated that, that's probably a good one because it's very popular because it's always sold out. So I was happy when I did see it in the store the one day and I grabbed it. And it's the Wet n Wild bronzer, but in the shade Ticket to Brazil. Again, this is like a cult classic. I know Wet n Wild bronzers have been around forever, but this particular shade just, I don't know, called to me. I don't like a really dark bronzer. I usually don't use that, but yeah, look at that, how pretty that is. It's nice and subtle. It feels very soft and silky, And when I apply it, it's not patchy. The shade is perfect. Like I don't have any like orangey stuff going on right now. It lasts, it doesn't fade. It's not like a chalky bronzer at all. Surprisingly, for like Wet n Wild, has some great products and affordable products and blends in quite nicely. So yeah, this was, I was so happy when I saw that it was in, and I was so glad that I finally tried it. Another product that's been around forever, but I don't know why I never picked it up before, and a super affordable drugstore product. This isn't being paid by Wet n Wild, just so you know. This is all stuff I've bought. So it's the Wet n Wild, the Mega Glow Hello Halo highlighter, but this is a liquid highlighter. So it has a doe foot applicator. Now this shade in particular was very intriguing to me because look at how gorgeous that is. It's like a champagne. The actual shade is, let me just see here. The actual shade is called Halo Goodbye, but isn't that stunning? That is just like a gorgeous highlighter. And what I like about liquid ones is that you just need like a little bit. So I used my Sigma, this is the F03 highlighter brush, and I had it on the back of my hand. I just pick up a little bit, applied it to my cheek. Like look at the luminosity right here on my cheekbone. It's gorgeous. Like I love it. It's amazing and super affordable. It does have a few different shades, very pigmented, very hydrating. It actually has like vitamin E in it and grapeseed oil, and it just gives you like a really radiant finish to your skin. So love it. I'm so glad that I picked it up. Now I did have a viewer mention to me, hey, have you tried, it's the Revlon Colorstay Matte Light Crayon. Again, it's been around for a while. I know, like, I don't mind liquid lipsticks. I actually prefer them. I find them very long lasting. They give a little bit more staying power to the lip than a bullet lipstick. I like bullet lipsticks, but just find that they fade after a while. Well, this is a great option for that. This one in particular I like because it can do double duty. So it is very pointy, which I liked because I don't even use a lip liner with it. So look at how nice and pointy that is. This is in the shade Take Flight. Beautiful dusty rose pink. What I do to avoid the matte kind of look, because with it being a matte, it is going to, that's what's going to help it stay on your lips longer, because that matte will adhere to your lip a little bit better. But what I usually do, and why you can probably see it has a little bit of a sheen to it today. So the reason for that is I applied a little bit of a lip oil before I applied this. And then that way you can see it doesn't dry down to that like real matte look. I'm not the biggest fan of like matte looks. I find sometimes they can make my lips look like all the little wrinkles come out in my lips. So I am always applying stuff to my lips for lip oils and glosses and all that sort of stuff. That's what I did today. So I had the lip oil, applied this product, and you can see it just has a nice little sheen to it. I didn't apply anything else, like there's no other gloss or anything like that. But yeah, this is just a really quick and simple, throw it on. So use it as a liner and then fill in your whole lip. How simple is that? And then you just throw it in your purse if you want to touch it up for the day. I find this formula does last like quite an amount of time throughout the day. I don't have to do a lot of reapplying. So great product. Thank you for suggesting it. And I forgot to mention on the end here, it does have like one of those little sharpeners. So you can sharpen it if you need to. But this is a great find. Thought I would just throw this in here to show you guys what it looks like in natural light. The foundation you can see looks stunning. It is such a beautiful foundation of how glowy and radiant my skin looks. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoy these type of videos. I always have like a little stash going of products that I am trying behind the scenes. Like I said to you earlier, I may not always have them on my videos or include them in my videos. I'm glad that I picked them up and that I've tried them and that they work out. I always like hearing from you guys. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you're not already. Everything that I talked about today will be included down in the description box. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!